It's definitely easy to get stuck being an assistant because eventually you will be so good at it that they won't want to let you go because great assistants are hard to find.
Sometimes Hollywood is very finite in the timeline of how long an assistant stays in because it's on a movie or it's on a season of a TV show, or a writer needs a researcher for 6 months or whatever the case is. So sometimes it's the dead end is given to you and you're finished when you're finished. But let's say you're in more of you're working for a studio executive or you're working for a production company or an agent. So there is sort of this open-ended, how long are you going to stay in that job?
You've learned everything that you can learn and you start to have a longing. You've seen another job, you've seen a job that you think, I could do that. Hopefully it's a job that would challenge you as well as be something you can do. I think those are the best ones to go for.
It's really hard to get promoted out of an assistant job at first because usually you're good at it and the boss wants to hang on to a good assistant, right? So there's sort of this weird addictive personality relationship going on that your boss becomes addicted to you and they can't give you up. And they really, while they're trying to nurture you and tell you should go do your life stream, they secretly want you to stay there forever.
It's time to go. Where do I want to go? What is the best next job? Does that mean the perfect job's going to arrive? No, not necessarily. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't.
Your assistant will absolutely hate you by their last day of work. They know way too much about you. They know all your weird bad habits. They know exactly why you're doing something wrong, and they're ready to go. So you need to let them go, but it's very hard for bosses to do that.
I was very lucky because when I was an assistant, my boss became my mentor, and she really did. Both of them when I was at the agency and when I worked for Jodie Foster. She really became my mentor and taught me everything she could. And when I said it's time for me to go, she was so happy for me.
You'll all get to this point at some point in your career, whether you're on a set, or whether you're in an agency, or whether you're at a studio, is you have a moment where you realize, I am helping everyone else's career move forward except my own.
Sometimes in your journey, you're going to say, what the heck am I doing washing these dishes in this person's production company? And my answer is, yeah, what are you doing? Answer the question. Are you here? Do you remember why you're here? Do you remember what this stepping stone was for? Your own goal? Maybe you're not learning enough here, or maybe it's time to go.
I need to figure out how I can start taking care of myself. And I've learned the basics, and I've learned who's who, and I know what my taste is now, and I have a point of view on material. I think I can start doing this for myself. And that is my job, to help empower people to that place, as opposed to feeling like I'm building a dead end where they're only ever going to answer my phones for the rest of their life. Because that's no fun, and they're going to be miserable, and then they're going to start forgetting who called, and then everyone's going to be unhappy.
Nothing's wasted. No experience, no internship, no whatever you have, even if it taught you what you don't want to do. It taught you the kind of person you don't want to be, because I don't want to be that boss I had. That's incredible information to have.
The first day of my assistant job, I should be already looking for my next one. That's how people always approach it. But I think there's a way to approach it in not a devious Machiavellian way of I'm leaving, but more like I'm trying to do my research, boots on the ground.
You have to keep your awareness of the culture and what you're there for, which is when it's time to go, right? You don't want to get stuck someplace that wasn't organically what you wanted. You want to learn what you can learn and go.
I say there's a way to do your work while you're being fantastic at your current job, but figuring out what you are great at and what is your joy at the same time.
Put into your calculation, when are you going to do your creative work, not just support other people's.